Hello, it's Paul Sveen here. Got the gum in my mouth. I'm in my office, down in my basement, in the house that I grew up in, and now living again. We own it, which is some weird Freudian thing. I am a stand-up comedian. I'm not working very much right now because of the pandemic, and um, I don't know why I have this stuff here. Look at that. Really? Okay. So I'm gonna start putting together these little videos on my YouTube channel, and I am going to share my story. And my story involves two things. It involves the reason why I push away my opportunities, my goals, and the things I'm trying to create, and how I attract them. And I'm going to end up calling this YouTube feed "Idiot." That was the name my dad called me growing up. Idiot, thick accent. Idiot, go wake up the idiot. And I guess making a mess and not being afraid to make a mess, because that's the name I grew up with, was idiot. I slowly started to realize, even though I had no clue, literally I have no clue what I was doing, I was going to do it anyways. I wouldn't even think before I quit my job, went into comedy. Didn't think about it, just did it. And did not plan that. I haven't planned anything in my life. Seriously. I dropped out of high school, and I had no financial plan, and have no career plan. So if you're gonna ask me what this YouTube thing is about, I have no idea. I have no goddamn plan. But it's really, I guess, in the end, is if you just jump into the mess that you're trying. For me, anyways, I jump into my mess and I get things done. I learn by doing, and I know that there's two forces involved in my life. The one force is, I guess, fear, and all the words involved with fear, how I got my name, Idiot. This is literally how I got this name from my dad. One of his Scandinavian friends, some guy, drove across North America, literally in a shitty half ton. Drove from Western Canada all the way to the eastern states to buy one tree, a Norwegian blue spruce. He heard that you could buy them there, and so he drove all the way down there, drove all the way back with this one tree, and it was like Christmas Eve or something. He threw it on the front lawn, winter, and it's like 12 feet high. It's like 14 feet high, this tree, sticking out of the back of his truck all the way from Lansing, Michigan, back to Edmonton. And when he throws it in the snow there, my dad goes, "Son, you're 11 now." Well, accent. "All right, son, you're 11 now. Cut 5 feet off this tree and bring it in the house." And because I don't think things through, I cut 5 feet off the top of the tree. And so I brought this tree cut in half, basically, and brought that into the house. It was the right height. It was just flat with the ceiling, which is cool, right? Because a pointy tree goes into the ceiling, right, and it pisses everybody off, scrapes off that little that's like whatever stuff, that spackle stuff falls over everybody. Well, the way I cut a tree, flat, perfect with the roof. Didn't plan it. It's what happens when you don't plan. You just dive in. And my dad laughed so hard. And the guy that just drove for like 19 days or whatever it took to get the tree wanted to punch me. And my dad just looked at me and went, "Idiot." That's what he called me. That's how I got that name. And I've told this many times before, but my dad would go wake up the idiot. There were 6 of us. There were 6 kids. And my mom and my dad, 8 of us in the house. And when he said, "Go wake up the idiot," they all knew who the hell he was talking about. Me. I was the idiot. And so all the stories I have that I'm going to share with you on my YouTube channel are about, even though I had no idea what I was doing, even though I don't really think that being called an idiot is kind of like, giving me confidence, right? Had zero confidence, really. That's why I got into stand-up comedy. And damn, it's so easy for me to write material and write jokes and create material. Love it. But it's always been hard for me to just be honest and share my stories, which really is what's compelling me to have this YouTube video, is to just be myself. And I was thinking about that today because they say, if fake it till you make it, right? Whatever you're doing in life, just do what everybody else is doing. Like, get into the, if you want to be a writer, if you want to be a baseball player, if you want to be a lawyer, whatever, just hang out with people that are doing it and fake it until you make it. You know what I mean? I think that's bullshit. It's like, why do you have to fake being yourself? Just be yourself. And the thing about being yourself is that's like, if, as far as business goes, that's your market brand, man. Being you is, it's like your Coke. It's like nobody can be you. Why wouldn't you want to just be that? Because that way you're going to be unique. You're going to be absolutely awesome. No one's can do what you do, right? The less there is of one thing, the more sought out it is. Otherwise, you end up being like everybody else. And when you're just yourself and you share, really seriously, when we share our secrets, all the stories I'm going to be sharing up here are honest, they're true. Even though sometimes in my head I think something's true, but it's a story maybe I made up when I was hammered, and then I thought about it long enough till I thought in my brain that it was true. Does that make any sense? Have you ever been told a lie and then you kind of like rumble it around in your noggin for a long time till you think, oh my God, it's real, it's true. Or the story changes over the years and it never starts as the story, that it always ends being totally different, when something happens. And that happens to me all the time. I don't think I make shit up. I think I just put it in my head and I just turn it around a little bit and then I make it different and then I believe it's real. So when you are yourself, like when I'm just being me, it's like being in stand-up. You're always hanging around with other comics who are terrified, or they're doing their own thing, and then that kind of mixes off on you. You have influences. Like, I was really influenced by Bill Hicks and Sarah Silverman and Janine Garofalo and Pat Bullard and so many great comics that I've seen over the years. And you watch them, like, Mel Brooks, the slapstick he did, I just thought it was genius. High Anxiety. I love Mel Brooks. And so your influences kind of rub off on you, and then they become part of who you are. And I understand that that's osmosis, but to be ourselves, we need to just tell our secrets. We need to tell our secrets, and we need to share the honest us. And that's not easy. And isn't it ironic or odd when people share their honest truth, their autobiographies that sell through the roof and they win Pulitzer Prize and women and one man plays? Because no one's ever heard it before. So why are we so afraid to be ourselves? And I've been teaching stand-up comedy for 30 years through all my construction jobs and all my day jobs. By the way, I was always a comedian working a day job, not a guy working a day job trying to be a comedian. Big difference. I would do a 8-10 hour shift in whatever job I was doing in my life, and I was working on comedy, right, while I was working on my job, kind of thing. I tried to do both. My lunch hour in my vehicle going over material. I used to carry little menu cards around in my pocket with my set list for that night at an open mic. And I would have words on there like freezer, human head, crazy person, divorce, all these different words that would be on the menu card. And I would have that in my back pocket, and if I got a break for a couple of minutes, I would look at the menu card, and then just get my set ready for the night. And sometimes I would lose the menu card on a job site, and somebody would find it and think, "Oh my God, I'm working with a serial killer." It's my set list for my comedy. So it's really weird for me, anyways. I'm not sure everyone's this way, but for me, I was always funnier in the rental on the way to the gig than I was when I got to the gig. It's hard to be funny when you're terrified. I guess being called idiot, it never occurred to me all those years ago that even up to the last couple of minutes, actually, it never goes away being called idiot. But it's not really something that that breeds confidence, being having that name, idiot. But uh, through the word idiot, I started to laugh because of the word and the way that I was called that name. And I think that when we go towards our goals, when we go towards what makes us laugh and happy, that's when you start creating what you're supposed to create. That's the reason why you're here. You know what? I'm not the most religious person. I think there might be something after this life. And I've heard somewhere that someone said that, or I read somewhere that we chose the life we're in to learn something, and we chose it from the other side, right? And then we came here to learn it. And so I'm not quite sure what that is. I guess it's fearlessness is maybe what I'm trying to learn, or trying to not be so freaking selfish, which is seriously being a comedian. It's all about you, and because you're the only person up on stage probably, and you're gonna have to work on your set. And it's all I, me. And I remember talking to a comic in London, England. And he said, "Why are you in London? Why are you here?" I said, "I want to hang out with some good comics and watch some good comedy, do some shows, and then just work on my set." And then he goes, "And then what?" I said, "I don't know. I'll bring it back to my hometown and work on some projects and maybe be a better entertainer." And then he goes, "And then what?" And he kept on asking me, "And then what?" And I think what he really meant was be in the moment. Like if we're always reaching for something like, years away or weeks away or whatever, we're never in the now. And that's all we really have. It's quantum physics. Just be now. And then we're all in. And instead of like me thinking about the word idiot that I was called all those years ago, because it's so easy to be a victim. So easy for me anyway. So poor me. And I think we're limitless, man. Our life can be a sandbox. So we're either pushing something away or we're attracting something. And what we're supposed to be attracting, we attract through us having the courage to be ourselves. So this is just a little preamble. I'm going to start doing these as much as I can. And I'm going to be sharing stories from my life, like the Christmas tree and how I got the name Idiot and how that affected my life. And seriously, all the stories that I have idiot just screaming in it. And I'm going to be sharing these. And while I'm sharing them, I hope you can just, share it as I'm sharing my secrets. Maybe you can look into yourself and go, you know what, something like that happened to me, and maybe I can reach for something, or maybe I can accomplish my goal. Nobody can tell you can't, man. It's true. It's like we just gonna just be yourself. So because I've been teaching stand-up comedy, because if you want to learn something, teach it. And I've written a couple of books. I've worked a ton of day jobs, and I am going to be doing these YouTube uploads as much as I possibly can. And I just want to talk about the stupid stuff that I've done, the stories that I've done. So I'm going to get back to you right away. And I think, I'll put a link up on this video to my website. You can check it out, paulsveen.com, or you can see me on Facebook, Paul Sveen, Paulsveen, and you can message me and get a hold of me, and I'm going to be talking about how we're capable of doing anything, man. And seriously, all the shit that I've been afraid to talk about, all the stuff I've been terrified to talk about, all the absolutely dumb stuff that I've been afraid to talk about are really the launching pad for me to have the courage just to be honest and be who I am, which is just another shclock trying to do the best I can with the time that I have left, because I am not 17 anymore, and that's a whole year of stories you're not going to believe. So I'll talk to everybody soon, man. Take care of yourselves. All right, this is Paul Sveen saying idiot, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.